Hi, everybody. Good Friday night to you, and welcome to VypeFortBend.com basketball hoops on Friday night as the Marshall Buffs are taking on the Lamar Consolidated Mustangs. That buzzer you hear is the one that ends the junior varsity game, and the Buffs won pretty easily over Lamar Consolidated, 91-47 in that one, but we are here to talk about varsity basketball, and we'll bring you the countdown to tip-off show here on VypeFortBend.com. We'll have visits from both coaches, Ronnie Courtney of Marshall and also Dale Turner Jr. of these Lamar Consolidated Mustangs. VypeFortBend.com coverage of Fort Bend County High School sports is brought to you this and every evening by Xfinity, the future of awesome. We're brought to you by First Tire and Automotive. First Tire and Automotive has 4 great Fort Bend County locations on Eldridge Road in Sugar Land, in First Colony, in Greatwood, and also Katy Cinco Ranch. And they're open Monday through Saturday. They have the very best prices on tires. Go to firsttireandauto.com. They also have great service, the very best value for anything that they need to do to your car to keep it running at its very best. We're also brought to you by Archer Volkswagen on the Southwest Freeway southbound side, just inside the Sam Houston Tollway. They've been open since 1956. They are ready to serve you, and you will feel like family when you're at Archer Volkswagen. And we're also brought to you by the Needville Insurance Agency. Never before have we needed great rates on our car and home insurance, and Bradley Stavanaugh and his team at the Needville Insurance Agency can take care of you. And, of course, you don't even have to leave your house. You can go to them online, needvilleinsurance.com. You can call Bradley and his team, or you can even have them come see you. Whatever works, they will be happy to give you the best rates. They shop all those carriers. You can be sure you're getting the best deal from the Needville Insurance Agency. We'll be right back with the countdown to tip-off show and head coach Ronnie Courtney of your Marshall Buffs, who lead District 24 5A as we go into tonight's action. I'm Roger Smith. Glad you're with us. We'll be right back.
For nearly a decade, Comcast has been helping students get ready. We've connected 4 million low-income students to low-cost, high-speed Xfinity Internet. We're working with hundreds of school districts across the country to sponsor free internet and laptops. And now, we're turning 1,000 community centers into lift zones, Wi-Fi-enabled safe spaces to study, so more students have the tools they need to be ready for anything. Learn more at comcast.com/education.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stavanaugh with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a 4th generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent. With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's complicated. We make it easy for you. We have Spanish speakers here available for you. Call us at 979-793-7411 or needvilleinsurance.com. Once again, call us 979-793-7411.
Hello, I'm Gary Horn with Horn Solutions. We agree with energy analysts that the energy market has stabilized. We anticipate significant merger and acquisition activity. Good resources are scarce. Horn Solutions is positioned to assist you in accounting, finance, IT, and supply chain. Our staff can assist you with outsourcing, or we can supply you with resources to join your staff. Visit hornsolutions.net for details.
Gary Horn is a highly successful businessman who has made a huge impact in people's lives, and he loves what he does for a living. That's a big reason why Gary Horn and Horn Solutions support Get a Great Gig. Get a Great Gig is a free job search consultation service that will help you find a job you love, whether it's to make more money or get personal fulfillment in the career of your choice. Email them at getagreatgig@gmail.com or on Twitter at getgreatgigs.
Welcome to the Countdown to Tip-Off Show. We're at Lamar Consolidated High School. It's a district game for the Marshall Buffs, trying to make it 2 for 2 this week as they blew out Angleton on their home floor. Now they go on the road. Ronnie Courtney, head coach of the Buffs. I know your team's probably been a little bit tired. Did you kind of take it a little easier on them in practice the last couple of days?
Well, to be honest with you, we don't even practice day after the game. We go home on day after the game. So when we play on Tuesdays, we go home on Wednesdays and kind of recuperate and come back and get ready for Friday's ball game.
And speaking of recuperating, Chris Marshall had played in a Sunday night football all-star game of elite players. And so I noticed when the game started against Angleton, which you ended up winning by 35, even, he just looked a little bit tired. He looked a little lethargic to me. Of course, he still did a lot of great things and helped you win the game going away. But what was his logistics? Where did he have to come from to get to that Tuesday game?
Well, they played in Orlando, Florida, and he hadn't played since December 20th. When our last district ball game, the last time he had been on the basketball court. We had to give him 5 days off for Christmas, so he took those 5, and he left for Orlando on the 27th. And the day that you saw him was the first day I had seen him since he's been back. And he came to shoot around. Said, "Coach, I'm a little tired. I'm going to take a nap, but I'll be ready for game time." So, he's that kind of kid. He's that kind of athlete. So I kind of expect him to play, but not as, well as he can play, because he's been jet lag. He had jet lag. He didn't understand that, but he does now.
Well, he's going to have to get used to it, because we expect him to be a star player in major college football.
Hey, y'all let him have it.
But Coach, is there a thought in Chris Marshall's head? Does he want to play 2 sports in college, or is he going to be a football guy? Has he made that decision? And if so, if he's making that decision, is he asking you for some input?
The deal was for him to go to A&M, that he was going to play 2 sports. So he's looking forward to playing football as well as basketball. But it's going to be tough, because you're going to a Power 5 school, and that's kind of unheard of in this day and time to play 2 sports in a Power 5. But we'll see how it works out for him.
Okay, well, I expect to do several more interviews with you. I always want them to sound kind of fresh. I don't want them to sound like, just keep sounding the same. I felt like asking you this because you've coached a lot of great athletes. Right now, it seems like we're on the brink of chaos in college sports with this transfer portal and players changing programs, maybe even every year if they're not happy where they are. Aren't you glad, this is an easy question, aren't you glad that there's not a transfer portal for high school athletes?
Most definitely, because if it were, these kids would be all over the place, because, the kids are easily unhappy and they think that they should be doing more than what they're doing. So fortunately, you can't do it in high school. You just jump up and leave and go somewhere else and play right away. So it's a good thing we don't have it in high school, and I hope it never gets to that point, because I think kids need to learn how to earn what you want and not have it given to you all the time.
All right, well, finally, you're taking on a Lamar Consolidated team. They're not a bad team at all, although their early district record doesn't look that good at 1-4. Is there something you make sure that you get a message into your players' heads not to come into this game with any kind of relaxed attitude?
We talked about that yesterday at the end of practice, because we've already played them. We played them in a tournament, and I kind of hated we had to do that. And they got a false sense of security right now, that because we beat them by like 40 or whatever it was the first time we saw them. And I'm like, man, you're going to their house now. Nobody's going to lay down and let you win a basketball game. You have to come, play the game the way it's supposed to be played. So hopefully they heard me yesterday, and I hope they'll come out and play with a lot of energy and with the intent to try to win a basketball game.
All right, Coach Courtney, thank you very much for being with us. This is the Countdown to Tip-Off show. Good luck tonight, and we will see you before too long again in a gym in Fort Bend County.
Thank you so very much.
We'll be back. This is the Countdown to Tip-Off show. Our coverage is brought to you by Xfinity, First Tire and Automotive, Archer Volkswagen, and the Needville Insurance Agency. Just a few minutes away from the Marshall Buffs taking on the Lamar Consolidated Mustangs. We'll be right back.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
First Tire and Automotive understands with the new year comes change. Well, we don't believe all change is good, so we are keeping our $15 off an oil change. So now's the time to head to the website, firsttireandauto.com, and claim your savings. First Tire and Automotive, supporting school and youth sports programs for years, getting you to and from the game always. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. firsttireandauto.com.
Welcome back to the Countdown to Tip-Off show. You've already heard from Ronnie Courtney of Marshall, and the Buffs are on the road against Lamar Consolidated. And it's time for our first ever visit with Dale Turner. He's the head coach of the Mustangs. And Coach Turner, first of all, this is such a high-quality district. I know the standings tell me your team comes in with a record of 1-4, but I know that doesn't necessarily mean anything, and the Buffs better be ready. So what are some of the things that your team has going for it in this game against the Buffs?
The last few weeks, we have been playing solid basketball, and that includes taking care of the basketball, trying to get out in transition, and taking excellent shots.
Well, I will also say that psychologically, I remember I watched something real recently on the 1980 United States hockey team in the Olympics, and it was less than 2 weeks before they beat the Soviet Union that they got blown out at Madison Square Garden by the Soviet Union. I understand that your team played Marshall and got blown out in tournament play. Are there some things that you have kind of been able to do in your players' minds that might get them going in the direction of a big upset?
And a lot of that stems from that was probably a month ago. We weren't fully staffed. I had some kids hurt. I was just getting my football players in maybe a week before. So we weren't playing the best of basketball. It's early in the season. And my guys, I think they know and understand that if we can do a good job of taking care of the ball, we have a puncher's chance.
I like that term, puncher's chance. It's one of my favorite phrases in sports because it can really apply to just about any type of game. You have it on your home court. It's a Friday night, and I was with the Buffs on Tuesday night. They played a very good Angleton team. They beat them by 35. That might just, I don't know. You don't ever intentionally coast or put it in neutral or take your foot off the gas, but it has been known to happen, not just with teenagers, but even with professionals.
That's true. And, these guys from Marshall, like I mentioned, I know a few of them. They don't really know how to coast. They only know how to play hard, which is kind of what I'm trying to teach my guys here, that if you can consistently compete and play hard, good things happen.
Good things are going to happen, I know, for your program. Even if it's not tonight, if they don't happen in a big way, I know they will very soon. Thanks for visiting with us on VypeFortBend.com.
Appreciate it so much.
All right, that's Dale Turner. We're ready to tip this thing off. Buffs and Mustangs, and we'll be right back.
For nearly a decade, Comcast has been helping students get ready. We've connected 4 million low-income students to low-cost, high-speed Xfinity internet. We're working with hundreds of school districts across the country to sponsor free internet and laptops. And now, we're turning 1,000 community centers into lift zones, Wi-Fi-enabled safe spaces to study, so more students have the tools they need to be ready for anything. Learn more at comcast.com/education.
Become a Vype Insider today. Access breaking news in high school sports. Enjoy premium articles and exclusive coverage written by expert analysts, and watch exclusive videos, documentaries on programs in your area. It's only $2.99 a month if you subscribe for the monthly plan. If you go for the yearly plan, it rounds out to just $1.99 a month. It costs you only $24 a year to get all of your Vype news throughout the entire year. Subscribe today. What are you waiting for? It's less than a cup of coffee a month. Become a Vype Insider. $2.99 a month, $23.99 for the whole year. Hey, it's Vype. We will see you at the games.
We take care of you, so you can take care of business. Office Depot Office Max. Taking care of business.
We want to thank the folks at Office Depot in Sugar Land, Williams Trace, and Southwest Freeway for taking care of business every day so we can bring you Fort Bend County sports every week. I'm Roger Smith. This is VypeFortBend.com, and we're ready to bring you the Marshall Buffs, the road team tonight, taking on the Lamar Consolidated Mustangs. And we'll give you the starting lineups. First of all, for the Buffs, starting at guard, Jalen Reedus, Omani Ozen, also Jalen Lowe, Chase Crawford, the 6'2 freshman, gets in the starting lineup tonight. And, of course, Chris Marshall, 6'4", great two-sport athlete, the straw that stirs the drink. And for Lamar Consolidated, it's Rayshawn Glover Mayberry, Jameel Robinson, who averages 18.6 points per game, Colby Paget, Matthew Melendez, and Dylan Garrett, who averages 11.8 points per game and leads the team with an average of 6.6 rebounds each game. So there are your starting lineups, and we'll talk about the 24-5A standings. Marshall, after that win over Angleton on Wednesday night, which we brought to you, an 86-51 blowout by the Buffs, improved them to 5-0. And Hightower was beating Kempner 68-47, and the Hurricanes are off tonight. They are at 5-1 and a half game out of first place in District 24-5A. Angleton is at 4-1 after losing that game to the Buffs. Foster is at 3-2, and the Kempner Cougars 2-3 after they lost. They're, of course, I mentioned that before. They lost to Hightower on Wednesday night, and Kempner is against Willow Ridge this evening. Also, Angleton is taking on Foster, which is 3-2. We'll step aside and be back with the tip-off right after this from the University Interscholastic League.
All of us love sports, but not all sports are created equal. College sports have big budgets, dedicated alumni networks, and corporate sponsorships. Professional sports have even deeper pockets, millionaire owners, lucrative TV and radio deals, and merchandise sales. High school sports have you. Everyone agrees high school sports give us plenty of reasons to cheer. And now's a great time for us to give back. Supporting your hometown high school won't cost you much, but it will go a long way to ensuring the games we love the most are here to stay. Texas high school sports. They're good for our kids, good for our community, and best of all, they're good for you.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
For nearly a decade, Comcast has been helping students get ready. We've connected 4 million low-income students to low-cost, high-speed Xfinity internet. We're working with hundreds of school districts across the country to sponsor free internet and laptops. And now, we're turning 1,000 community centers into lift zones, Wi-Fi-enabled safe spaces to study, so more students have the tools they need to be ready for anything. Learn more at comcast.com/education.
Both teams being introduced to the crowd here at Lamar Consolidated. The Marshall Buffs wearing the road black uniforms with the gold numerals and letters trimmed in white. They will be going from right to left here in the first half for head coach Ronnie Courtney. And the Lamar Consolidated Mustangs in the very simple, tasteful home white uniforms with the navy blue letters and numerals that say Lamar across the front. I'm Roger Smith, and we want to remind you that this is not the end of our coverage for the week on VypeFortBend.com. We'll come to you tomorrow morning, starting a doubleheader at 11:30 a.m. from peaceful, bucolic Pheasant Creek in Sugar Land. We'll have the Austin Lady Bulldogs, and they'll be taking on the George Ranch Lady Longhorns. And then a very quick turnaround, and at 1 p.m. we will be at Bush High School for a critical game in the boys' standings as the Bush Broncos are taking on the Travis Tigers, and neither one of these teams can really afford to lose a game because they've got very high-quality teams that don't always make the playoffs, but who are nipping at their heels, and namely I'm thinking about the Clements Rangers. We want to get them on our broadcast schedule very, very quickly for head coach Hemsey Price. They made some really positive noise during the pre-district schedule. So the home crowd here at Lamar Consolidated trying to fire up their Mustangs because they come into the game with a record of 1-4 in their district games. And we know that they're going to play better than that, but they have had a very tough draw early on. Chris Marshall, of course, as in the Countdown to Tip-Off show, Coach Ronnie Courtney said he's going to Texas A&M and plans to play both football and basketball. And another thing that we touched on when we visited with Coach Courtney, and I sincerely hope it doesn't go this way, but I foresee chaos in NCAA sports at the highest levels, especially the high-profile games like football and basketball. And, well, I don't want players to change teams every year, to change schools every year. But I'm going to get off my soapbox and call a basketball game for you. Jumping center, it's Dylan Garrett for the Lamar Consolidated Mustangs against Chris Marshall. And he's a good athlete, but he's not the person for whom the school was named, of course. That being Thurgood Marshall, the Supreme Court Justice. And we are ready to rock. The ball will soon be in the air, but the official is telling them to keep their feet in the right places. There they go. The ball is up in the air, and the rebound taken by Jalen Lowe. He goes to the right wing, and he runs into some resistance. That is Rayshon Glover Mayberry guarding him. And then a jumper from the foul line. It is Chris Marshall. It's off the back iron. No good, and the rebound taken by Jamel Robinson. And quickly down the floor come the Mustangs. Glover Mayberry loses the ball as he streaks toward the hoop. It was knocked away by one of the Buffs. And so he will slap the ball and bring it in along the baseline. Looking, finally gets it in. And there is Jamel Robinson. Robinson gets a pick. Let's go a three from the left wing. It's too long, no good. Jalen Lowe grabs the rebound for Marshall. Quickly ahead, and it's Jalen Reedus. The 6'2 junior goes in and scores the first hoop of the game. It's 2-0 Marshall on top. Glover Mayberry across the timeline, guarded by Omani Ozen. And there's a little fade away by Glover Mayberry off the back iron, and the Buffs grab the rebound. There goes Ozen right through the paint, and his layup is no good, and the rebound taken by these Mustangs. Colby Padgett grabbed that rebound, and he got the ball to the guy who's going to run the show at point guard, Jamil Robinson. He gives the ball back to Glover Mayberry, who's a long way from the hoop. He's between the rings. He moves into the left corner. Bounce pass to the left elbow, gets it to Robinson, and he lets go a two-pointer. It's no good. Chris Marshall, the rebound for Marshall. Ahead to Jalen Lowe. He's going to pull up and go from downtown off the iron. No good. Missed the three-pointer. Colby Padgett gets his second rebound, and here come the Mustangs. Dylan Garrett, cross-court pass, gets it back in the hands of Robinson. Now at the top of the free throw line, it is Matthew Melendez. Can't get his shot. And the Mustangs will kind of spread out the offensive chess pieces. 6:21 to go in quarter number one. It is the Marshall Buffs 2 and Lamar Consolidated nothing. A steal quickly ahead to Marshall. He's in the right corner between the feet dribble. Pulls back and shoots a three. That's good. 5-0. The Buffs on top. Glover Mayberry walking it up as he crosses the timeline. He meets Omani Ozen. Gets a pick, and he shoots a three. That is long, no good. Rebound, Chris Marshall. He's going to walk it up at a leisurely pace. No one was really open down the floor. And there is a ball knocked away. Jalen Reedus trying to get down the baseline and find a path to the hoop. Ozen to throw it in. Gets it in quickly, and Reedus bangs one off the glass, and it goes in. It is 7-0, and Lamar Consolidated wants a timeout. We'll take it with them. This is Vype, FortBend.com, 5:37 to go in the first.
First Iron Automotive understands with the new year comes change. Well, we don't believe all change is good, so we are keeping our $15 off an oil change. So now's the time to head to the website firstironauto.com and claim your savings. First Iron Automotive, supporting school and youth sports programs for years, getting you to and from the game always. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. firstironauto.com.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
We're back. Lamar Consolidated with the basketball, trailing the Marshall Buffs 7-0. They get it inside to Melendez. Head fake gets Chris Marshall in the air, and then Melendez scores to get the Mustangs on the board. It is 7-2. There goes Ezen into the lane, and he pulls up near the right elbow and hits the jumper to make it 9-2. I learned something that I've been dying to know for a long time, and I asked the right person. Marshall with the steal. Fort Bend Marshall. It was actually Reedus who made the steal, and then he gives it to Jalen Lowe for a three-pointer. The score is now 12-2. The Buffs blew out Angleton on Tuesday night. We had that one for you. It was 86-51, and they're looking like they want to blow out an opponent here. But Colby Paget tries a shot. He was open. Good look for the Mustangs, but he missed the shot. And quickly down the sideline is a pass by Marshall. Jalen Lowe trying to find Chris Marshall, but the ball was tipped out of bounds by the Mustangs. Dylan Garrett really hustling, flashed in. So Reedus throws it in. Chris Marshall, left corner, can't find his shot. Now tosses it over to Ozen. Jalen Lowe directing traffic. He's between the rings. Not a threat to shoot from right out there. Robinson on him. Now he sends it to the left wing. There goes Ozen. Runs out of room near the baseline. Cross-court pass. And it is Reedus whose jumper goes off the rim and on top of the backboard. So the ball will go over to the Mustangs, who trail 12-2. What I'm going to tell you when I get a little moment here is about a street very close to this campus. It is called Radio Lane. I've always wondered why. Colby Paget into the lane. He is blocked by Reedus. Quickly back down to Chris Marshall. Blew the bunny. Tried to get a steal after he lost the rebound. And it's Lamar Consolidated trying to advance the ball down the court. Jamel Robinson's pass is swatted out of bounds by Jalen Lowe. So the Mustangs still in the backcourt. Colby Paget kills his dribble. Gets the ball to Glover Mayberry. He meets the double team, still trying to get around past the court, the midcourt line, and Jalen Lowe stole it, handed it to Chris Marshall. A gentle two-handed slam. I guess that's a contradiction. A gentle two-handed dunk. But now quickly ahead of the press. Mustangs score an easy basket as Jamel Robinson flies in and scores. It makes it 14-4. Lowe launches a 30-footer off the back iron, no good. Rebound bounces around. Reedus from the corner, that's no good. And it's the rebound, Dylan Garrett. Quickly ahead, there goes Robinson, flashing into the paint. Puts up a little floater with the left hand, and it's good. Gets the Mustangs within 14-6, and we're under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. 2 basketball games tomorrow. Austin girls hosting George Ranch at 11:30. Then at 1 p.m., it's Travis and Bush boys basketball. Ozen launches the three. That's good. That makes the score 17-6. Buffs with pressure in the backcourt, although not right in anybody's face. And the Mustangs do get it across the timeline, going with those cross-court passes, which are dangerous. In the right corner, it's Colby Paget gets it in Melendez, a little spin move, and he missed it from in close, and the Buffs grab the rebound. That was Reedus, and he gets it ahead to Ozen, a little scoop move, no good. Rebound up strong, and it is the freshman Chase Crawford who tried to score on the putback. Didn't get it to go, but he was fouled, and he'll go to the line. Wow, 6'2", and possibly still growing. Chase Crawford will ensure that if Ronnie Courtney is still coaching in 3 years, that he may have someone to build around. First free throw is good. He'll have someone to build around in Chase Crawford, assuming they don't start something called the high school transfer portal. God forbid. 18-6, Marshall on top, and little substitution going on for Lamar Consolidated. Now Crawford's next free throw will come as Max Elotas is coming to the game for the Mustangs. Crawford hits them both. 19-6 is our score, 2:09 to go in the first. The Buffs on top of Lamar Consolidated Mustangs. And a little runner through the lane, tough luck shot. Robinson, it rolled off, no good, and Jalen Lowe grabs it, and he's on the run ahead of the defense, puts it up off the glass. Robinson came out to take him on about 10 feet away from the hoop. And by the way, Chris Marshall is called for forcing out a player. Patrick Kinnick and I noticed that in the game on Tuesday night. They don't always call a foul. They used to have this old rule in the NBA a long time ago called a force out. So it was a chance for the offense to keep the ball, but no foul was called. It looked like that what happened. Crawford deflecting a Lamar Consolidated pass. And it goes out of bounds. Robinson to inbound along the baseline. Gets it in quickly to Garrett. They work the ball around the perimeter. Rayshawn Glover Mayberry with it. And he's moving in on Chase McKenzie and gets the hoop. Little side-to-side move, and then head fake got his man in the air, and he scored. It is 21-8. Long three on the way. Jalen Lowe hits it. 24-8. Glover Mayberry playing catch in the backcourt with Robinson. They get it into the forecourt, but he slips, almost lost it, regained possession. There is Alota, gets it back to the free throw line, and a little jumper that rolls in. It is Rayshawn Glover Mayberry making it 24-10. Lamar Consolidated just wants that speck on the horizon not to get too small, as the Buffs have a 14-point lead before the first quarter is over. But there's a turnover. Here come the Mustangs, and a layup off the left side. No good, but the follow is good. Robinson missed it, but Glover Mayberry says, I gotcha. And he puts in the putback. 24-12, the Buffs have it. 25 seconds to go in quarter number one. And Chris Marshall, unguarded, dribbling the ball between his feet right in front of the scorer's table. Throws it over to Jalen Lowe. The clock is at 15. Jalen massaging the basketball, just thinking about how he wants to score before the end of this first quarter. Starts his dribble, gets a pick from Crawford, bounces it, and the ball is an attempt at a three-pointer. Jalen Reedus, but it was swatted out of bounds right next to our table and off the brick wall. Chase McKenzie ready to throw it in for the Buffs. All right, so we've got Coach Dale Turner moving the chess pieces around. 2.8 to go. Lowe, a quick release three, misses everything. And Reedus tries to put it back up after he grabbed the rebound, but he ran out of time. Marshall outscoring these Mustangs by a score, by a ratio of 2-1 and by a score of 24-12. I teach math. Okay, we'll be back on VypeFortBend.com.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stavanaugh with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a fourth generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent. With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's complicated. We make it easy for you. We have Spanish speakers here available for you. Call us at 979-793-7411 or needvilleinsurance.com. Once again, call us 979-793-7411.
VypeFortBend.com coverage of Fort Bend County High School sports brought to you by Xfinity, First Tire and Automotive, Archer Volkswagen, and the Needville Insurance Agency. The way they have the schedule set up this year, it's very easy for us to do 5 games a week, and that's what we will have done by the time we go home for our afternoon nap tomorrow afternoon. So we'll have the Austin girls hosting George Ranch. That's at 11:30 tomorrow morning. And at 1 p.m., Travis and Bush in a big boys basketball game. All right, here we go. It is Shafiz Mujahideen, and I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. And Coach Dale Turner, before the game, penciled him in. He's one of those JV players that they've brought up to fortify the roster, and Mujahideen is a sophomore. But Coach Turner, after writing down his name, said, I can't help you, but I'm going to go with Mujahideen. But it is Chase Crawford, the freshman for the Buffs. Misses one from in close, grabs the rebound, kicks it back out to Lowe. 3 on the way, swish! And it is 27-12. These Buffs can score from anywhere, and Lamar Consolidated has turned it over in the backcourt. Colby Padgett was expecting his teammate Preston Thomas to cut forward down the floor, and he didn't. Actually, it's just the other way around. He was expecting him to cut back toward his own baseline. And the ball goes over to the Buffs. And it's Jalen Lowe who has it. Moves to the top of the key, launches one from long range, and it's good again. 6 points in the last 20 seconds by Jalen Lowe, and it's 30-12. Glover Mayberry throwing it a cross-court pass to Robinson. Back to Glover Mayberry, almost lost it. Picked up his dribble. He's trapped in the double team, gets it to Padgett, launches a three. Yes! Around and down for Colby Padgett of Lamar Consolidated. Now here goes McKenzie for the Buffs. All the way over to the right corner. Chris Marshall, three on the way, off the backboard and tipped forward. Beautiful play by Glover Mayberry. He's ahead of everyone and then hands it off for the easy layup to Max Ilotas. But then back down the floor come the Buffs, and Reedus goes in. He's hacked in the act. Fouled by Jamel Robinson as he streaked to the hoop. And it didn't go in, but he will have 2 free throws. So Jalen Reedus goes to the line. And he wipes his left hand on the bottom of his left shoe. But he's a right-handed shooter, and the first one is good. Let's see if that's a ritual for him. Nope, doesn't wipe the hand on the shoe before this second free throw. Back iron, rattles around, no good, but McKenzie there with the follow. 31-16, make it 32-16, the Buffs lead it. 6.5 minutes to go in the half. All the way down the floor, Colby Padgett had his spot open, but he had to kick it back out. There's a launch by Robinson, and good from the right corner. That's a three, and it's 32-19. Chris Marshall ahead of everyone. Kicks it over to McKenzie, left corner, three on the way, in and out. No good. Crawford taps the rebound, but he taps it to Robinson. Here goes LC, and the ball stolen away, but it goes out of bounds. Last touched by the Buffs, and so the Mustangs will keep it. Dylan Garrett comes back onto the floor. Max Ilotas goes to the bench. 6:04 remaining in the first half. Can't wait to tell that story about Radio Lane. Inbound of the ball to Padgett, who's dribbling between the rings, kills his dribble as Lowe was guarding him, gets it to Robinson. Robinson guarded by Chris Marshall. Trying to get that side-to-side dribble working, but he loses a handle on the ball. No, the ball does not have a handle on it. It just slipped out of his hands. And now a steal by Reedus. Quickly ahead to Marshall. He's hit by Padgett in the open court. And that was a savvy play by Chris. Chris Marshall playing in a National Elite All-Star football game in Orlando, Florida this past Sunday night. Had jet lag, came back, and on Tuesday, he played in that game against Angleton as he comes in and takes the inbounds pass and banks it off the glass for a two-pointer to make it 34-19. So Chris looked a little bit lethargic in that game, as you could certainly understand. But he played very well in there. He grabs a steal and shovels it forward to McKenzie for an easy layup. 36-19, and Dale Turner of Lamar wants a timeout. We'll be back on VypeFortBend.com.
First Iron Automotive understands with the new year comes change. Well, we don't believe all change is good, so we are keeping our $15 off an oil change. So now's the time to head to the website firstironauto.com and claim your savings. First Iron Automotive, supporting school and youth sports programs for years, getting you to and from the game always. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. firstironauto.com.
So I'm going to have some information for you, a little local color, which I love to provide, but I will admit that I know a good piece of local community info when I steal it. I mean, when I hear it. And Mr. Noto, the security guard here in the gym, he's been working for Lamar Consolidated ISD for quite some time, and Mr. Noto explained something to me that I hadn't been able to find anyone with an answer. As you're coming in on Highway 90 from Sugar Land, you're coming west. You're going to turn left on Radio Lane if you want to get to LCHS or if you want to get to the football stadium. And it's called Radio Lane because there was a radio station called KFRD on that very street, and that's how it got its name. And I never knew there was a KFRD. It almost sounds like Mayberry. You know, Mayberry RFD was the show that spun off of Andy Griffith. And speaking of Mayberry, Rayshawn Glover Mayberry out on the floor for the Lamar Consolidated Mustangs, and he's dribbling the basketball. Jalen Lowe follows him to the right, and now Robinson loses the basketball but dives into the backcourt to save the possession, but then carelessly throws a pass that gets stolen by McKenzie, but lucky for Lamar, McKenzie of Marshall had a foot on the sideline when he touched the ball. So the Mustangs will keep it. Glover Mayberry guarded by Lowe. Gives up the ball, top of the key. Dylan Garrett turns around, gets the ball knocked out of his hands. But evidently there was a foul called on Marshall. And I believe that was Chase Crawford, although I'm not certain about that. Quickly into Garrett. Gives the ball up, gets it back in the left corner, and throws the ball away along the sideline, right into the hands of his head coach, Dale Turner. But he was composed, put it that way, despite his frustration with the turnover. Three-pointer from the top of the key by Lowe is no good. Here come the Mustangs. Quickly down the floor, Glover Mayberry jump stop. Did he travel? No, he was fouled. It was a good, clean jump stop. He did not take steps. He got the shot off. It was no good, but they ruled that the foul was committed on the floor, and neither team is anywhere close to being over the limit and into the bonus. They both have 3 fouls. McKenzie steals the inbounds pass by the Mustangs. Dribbling quickly through heavy traffic, gets it to Lowe, and he dropped a dime on Jalen Lowe, who laid it in to make it 38-19. Every time I look up, the ratio is exactly 2-1, Buffs points to Mustangs points. Chris Marshall fouls Jamel Robinson in the open court near the midcourt circle. And it'll still be Mustang ball. Now it's Nathan Hunn throwing the ball in right in front of the scorer's table. Gets it to Glover Mayberry, who looks back at his coach. Coach Turner has an instruction or two. And we're at the 4-minute mark. 38-19, Marshall over Lamar Consolidated. Robinson stops near the top of the key, gives the ball out to Melendez. A little fadeaway, it was too soft, no good. But the ball ends up in the hands of Robinson. He launches a long three, missed everything to the left. We've got 3:48 to go, and we're still stuck on that 38-19 score. Jalen Lowe sends it to Reedus, thinks about a three, back to Lowe. Now McKenzie on the right wing, into Marshall near the right elbow. He is fouled, and the ball comes out of his hands. And Marshall is, he's helping the officials a little bit, you know, slapping himself on both arms repeatedly. And the forearm, on the upper arm, shoulder, is trying to help, I'm sure. McKenzie throws it in. Lowe has it, right corner, leaning back, and a whistle. And I think it's another one of those, well, I was going to say a force out, but it's actually a foul that was called. And they called it on Dylan Garrett. McKenzie will throw it in. He's right by the Lamar bench. Gets it in. Here goes Lowe into the circle. Little floater. Lost control of it. Somehow got a hand on it. Got to Marshall in the left corner. He's keeping his defender away. Now launches a three, and that's nothing but net. 41-19. And here comes Lamar Consolidated. Into the forecourt they go with Shafri Mujahideen. Aggressive defense by Marshall. Mujahideen underneath. Garrett lost the control of the basketball. McKenzie with the ball out in the middle of the floor. Lamar Consolidated fans wanted traveling. Now Chris Marshall has it. Little Euro step into the paint. He goes and scores. It's 43-19. Marshall flexing its basketball muscle. And there goes Glover Mayberry into the forecourt, and McKenzie reached in and fouled him. Both teams now at 5 fouls apiece. Mujahideen throws it in near midcourt. There goes Glover Mayberry, stops near the left elbow, guarded by McKenzie, now backs up. He's between the rings, still dribbling. Moves left, now right, goes into the paint. Spins it off the glass, no good, but somehow gets the rebound, gets it to Melendez, who scores. It's 43-21 and a timeout, or a turnover. It's a turnover by the Buffs. Just into the game, I believe it is Damian Rasco who stepped on the baseline when he threw the ball in. Chris Marshall, showing leadership, goes over there and taps Damian on top of the head, says, "We got this. Don't sweat it." And he's not sweating anything because he did, as I said, just came into the game. And now a foul committed by the Mustangs. An offensive foul, so that'll turn it around. And the Buffs moving from right to left as we bring in the first half action. They lead at 43-21. There goes Lowe. Splits 2 defenders. And he traveled before he put the shot up. And Lowe is letting the official know that he's not sure that was the correct call. He's still there demonstrating. But I guess he can stay down here because they're putting on the full court press. Mujahideen throws it in. Glover Mayberry gets it back to Mujahideen. They're playing catch. There goes Glover Mayberry into the forecourt. They get it. Ilotas spins it over there to Garrett. Turns around, can't find his shot. Now Paget had the ball knocked away. Regained possession, Mujahideen. Now it's Lowe who steals it away to McKenzie, who's ahead of everyone. And Ilotas blocks the shot. And McKenzie goes crashing into the vinyl pad. He's okay, but a foul is called. The shot was no good. 1:53 remaining in the second quarter. I enjoy watching that McKenzie play. He's a little fella. Just a sophomore, Chase McKenzie. First free throw, no good. The Marshall roster information I was able to get does not have his height listed. I'm not going to estimate it. I could, but I'm not going to. 43-21. Second free throw, good. 44-21. Full court press by the Buffs, but the Mustangs break it, but it's off the hands of Colby Paget in the forecourt, down there in the left corner. Not really his fault, I don't think. The pass was just, it was in out-of-bounds airspace, if you know what I mean. Jalen Lowe, kill a crossover, stops at the free throw line. Over in the right corner, Marshall, 3, good. 47-21, and at this pace, the Marshall Buffs could score 100 tonight if they want to. There goes Garrett into the paint, little floater, that's a beauty. Less than a minute and a half to go, quickly ahead. Jalen Lowe passes up the 3, drives the baseline. Chris Marshall, left corner 3, too short, no good. Rebound taken by the Mustangs. Here comes Glover Mayberry. Pulls up near the right elbow, puts it up, rat-a-tats the ball down through for a 2-pointer to make it 47-25. Mustangs playing good offense, but the Marshall Buffs just have a lot of advantages, and the Mustangs have been unable to stop them. Jalen Lowe, guarded by Glover Mayberry. Kill a crossover, near the right elbow, launches the 3, no good. Ball tipped away. Chris Marshall ends up with it in the circle, drives toward the basket, and Dylan Garrett fouled him. That should not be in the act of shooting. No, it will not be in the act of shooting. It is, however, well, actually, it's going to be a free throw situation because that was the 7th foul. 7th foul on the home team, Lamar Consolidated, so Chris Marshall wincing a bit. He ran into Dylan Garrett pretty hard. First free throw crawls over the front iron and goes in. He'll get another. As 44 seconds are remaining in this ball game, I want to thank Coach Kaya Johnson of the Mustangs, the campus athletic coordinator and the head football coach, for his help prior to this game. Made us really feel welcome. Second free throw was good by Marshall. It's 49-25, and the Mustangs almost lose the ball. Inside Elotas, he was not expecting the pass from Jordan Arispe just into the game, and it went out of his hands. So with less than a half a minute to go, the Buffs have it, leading 49-25, and they probably want to get halfway to 100 right here. 17 seconds left. Chris Marshall almost backing up over the midcourt line. Now he makes a move to the hoop. 10 seconds left. Still a long way from the hoop. That's good defense by Robinson. Into the paint he goes. A little floater, and it's good. 2 seconds left. Mustangs launching a long shot, and it bounces off the rafters here at Lamar Consolidated. From where I was sitting, I think Rayshawn Glover Mayberry's 80-foot shot was going to go in if it just hadn't hit the rafter or the pipe or the speakers or whatever it hit. But we have arrived at the halftime break, 51-25 Marshall. We'll be back on VypeFortBend.com.
All of us love sports, but not all sports are created equal. College sports have big budgets, dedicated alumni networks, and corporate sponsorships. Professional sports have even deeper pockets, millionaire owners, lucrative TV and radio deals, and merchandise sales. High school sports have you. Everyone agrees high school sports give us plenty of reasons to cheer. And now's a great time for us to give back. Supporting your hometown high school won't cost you much, but it will go a long way to ensuring the games we love the most are here to stay. Texas high school sports. They're good for our kids, good for our community, and best of all, they're good for you.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
What is Vype Live? Vype Live is one of the largest and most respected broadcast and live stream networks in the state of Texas. Vype Live broadcasts any sport you can think of for youngsters of any age, from Pee Wee and Pop Warner to high school, club, college, semi-pro, and beyond. We also broadcast plenty of academic, fine arts, and community-related events as well, and now as partners with Flow Sports. Email us at info@vypemedia.com to find out more. Vype Live. We bring your teams to you.
Hello, I'm Gary Horn with Horn Solutions. We agree with energy analysts that the energy market has stabilized. We anticipate significant merger and acquisition activity. Good resources are scarce. Horn Solutions is positioned to assist you in accounting, finance, IT, and supply chain. Our staff can assist you with outsourcing, or we can supply you with resources to join your staff. Visit hornsolutions.net for details.
Gary Horn is a highly successful businessman who has made a huge impact in people's lives, and he loves what he does for a living. That's a big reason why Gary Horn and Horn Solutions support Get a Great Gig. Get a Great Gig is a free job search consultation service that will help you find a job you love, whether it's to make more money or get personal fulfillment in the career of your choice. Email them at getagreatgig@gmail.com or on Twitter at getgreatgigs.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
For nearly a decade, Comcast has been helping students get ready. We've connected 4 million low-income students to low-cost, high-speed Xfinity internet. We're working with hundreds of school districts across the country to sponsor free internet and laptops. And now, we're turning 1,000 community centers into lift zones, Wi-Fi-enabled safe spaces to study, so more students have the tools they need to be ready for anything. Learn more at comcast.com/education.
First Iron Automotive understands with the new year comes change. Well, we don't believe all change is good, so we are keeping our $15 off an oil change. So now's the time to head to the website firstironauto.com and claim your savings. First Iron Automotive, supporting school and youth sports programs for years, getting you to and from the game always. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugarland and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. firstironauto.com.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stavanaugh with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a 4th generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent. With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's complicated. We make it easy for you. We have Spanish speakers here available for you. Call us at 979-793-7411 or needvilleinsurance.com. Once again, call us 979-793-7411.
We're back inside the gym at Lamar Consolidated, where your Marshall Buffs have a halftime lead of 51-25. And I think the Mustangs cheerleaders are going to put on a little bit of a program, and I might try to describe it to you depending on how creative it is. But this seems like a good time to tell you something that Patrick Kinnick and I witnessed and enjoyed very much at halftime of the game between Elkins and Bush, which was on Wednesday night at Hobson Fieldhouse. It was a little fundraiser for Elkins basketball called Chuck-a-Duck, and everybody came in and had the opportunity to spend $1 a piece on these little rubber ducks. They were about the size of a golf ball, not much bigger than that. And they put a little vinyl target in the middle of the basketball court, and it was about a 3-foot diameter target. So everybody bought their ducks, quote unquote, bought their ducks because they didn't get to take them home. But they had drawn on the bottom of the duck with a Sharpie so that everybody knew what number of duck they had. So they started throwing these ducks at the target in the middle of the floor, and there was an athlete from Elkins. I didn't recognize him. Logan Abady, the catcher for the Elkins baseball team, came very close to hitting the bullseye a couple of times, but the duck just kind of rolled across the target. But one individual was able to get it to land within the circle, not exactly on the bullseye. I'm going to find out who that was, and in a near future broadcast I'm going to let you know. Well, just in case you're waiting with bated breath or bated ears or whatever, the Lamar Consolidated cheerleaders came out. They looked like they were organizing. They were about to do something. Then they went back out. We'll keep you apprised of what they're doing. But I wanted to share this with you, and I certainly don't have enough time to keep track of all of the NCAA athletes who are taking advantage of the transfer portal in the NCAA. And so most of it is football stuff, but here are some of the changes. This is by no means comprehensive. In fact, something could have happened today that I didn't know about because I was busy teaching school in A-Leaf. But Max Johnson, whom you may know, LSU quarterback and son of Brad Johnson, who played quarterback on the Tampa Bay Bucks when they won their only, well, not their only, the first of their 2 Super Bowl championships. Well, Max Johnson is not an LSU quarterback anymore. He is headed to Texas A&M. Zach Calzada, who played most of the season for the Aggies at quarterback because Haynes King was injured. Well, Zach Calzada is not going to be an Aggie anymore. You know, that's going to test that thing. You tell people from A&M that, hey, you're a former Aggie. They say, no, there's no such thing as a former Aggie. I'm a former student. Once an Aggie, always an Aggie. Well, maybe not. Zach Calzada has gone through the transfer portal, and now he is at Auburn. So is he still an Aggie? I say absolutely no. We got North Shore running back Zach Evans. You remember him. He's leaving TCU to go to Ole Miss. And Marshall fans, here's something for you. You probably already know this. your former quarterback Malik Hornsby, who took you to 2 state championship football games. Well, Malik has decided he doesn't want to stay at Arkansas. I'm not sure where he's going next, but Malik Hornsby will be somewhere else trying to play NCAA football. He didn't get his opportunities with the Razorbacks. So he's either in the portal or he's come out clean on the other side and has found another place to play football. So I don't know. I'm just one of those people that I love sports, but one of the reasons I love it is you kind of figure out which teams and individuals you like or don't like. But if things never stay the same long enough for you to really get a handle on it, it's hard to say. That's one of the reasons that I don't get into March Madness, the NCAA men's basketball tournament, nearly as much as I once did. When Christian Laettner and Patrick Ewing and Chris Mullen and guys like that stayed at their school for 4 years, you watched them. You kind of developed a feel for their character, and you decided which players you liked and didn't like. But nowadays, you have a great talent in college basketball. Chances are he's going to be there a year or two, and that's it. So, such is the state of NCAA athletics. And I always want these young men that I enjoy watching so much here in Fort Bend County, I love to see them get the opportunity to play at the next level. Doesn't have to be big-time stuff. It can be what we used to call Division II. It could be the, what do you call it, the NCAA's, what used to be Division I AA is now the football playoff subdivision. Anyway, good luck to all of them, but I just hope we have some stability in college sports. The third quarter begins. Lamar Consolidated getting the ball first. Colby Padgett throws it in to Glover Mayberry. Rayshawn moves to his right, now throws the ball to Robinson. Long way from the hoop. Now they rotate it back to the left wing. Padgett protecting the ball from Lowe. Now Robinson steps back. 3, too long, no good. Rebound fought for, and Lamar Consolidated got a chance but could not control it. Rayshawn Glover Mayberry over there in front of his team's bench almost got a grip on it, but it went out of his hands. And now the Buffs have it, their first offensive possession of the third quarter. And there's a pass that is tipped away. It was Ritas trying to get it inside. Lowe now has the ball. Good defense being played there by Rayshawn Glover Mayberry. Now over on the left side, it is Omani Ozen. His three-pointer is no good. Colby Padgett grabs the rebound. Ball poked away, and it was last touched by Padgett. Or was it? Yeah, Padgett was the last to touch it. So the Buffs will have it underneath the basket at which they're shooting. Quick release, three-pointer from the right corner, no good. By Lowe, quickly ahead to Robinson. He's beat everyone down the floor. Puts a layup up, and it's no good, but Ozen fouled him. And that means 2 foul shots will be coming for Jamel Robinson. Trying to improve on his 18.6 points per game average. That leads the Mustangs. Just started the third quarter, 51-25 Buffs on top. Robinson's first free throw is no good. Padgett goes over there and slaps hands with him. So does Glover Mayberry. You know, having the gift of encouragement is very important. I'm really thankful for people in my life who have that gift, and they just make sure that they pick you up, you know, whether you need it or not. Because most of us, we could always use that word of encouragement. And Robinson misses the second free throw. Lowe grabs the rebound for the Buffs, and streaking down the floor, gets it poked away from behind. Now, here we go with Glover Mayberry streaking to the hoop and leaves it off for Melendez. His shot is short, and it goes out of bounds. He thought it was tipped. He thought he was fouled, one or the other. But, you know, he could have captured that ball after it didn't touch the rim, and it was coming down. I was wondering why he didn't grab it. He was counting on getting the call, but it didn't happen. All right, Buffs ball. Same score we had at halftime, 51-25. There is Ritas, makes a move, throws a cross-court pass, stolen away by Garrett. Cuts back into the paint. He's knocked down, and the shot goes up, and it's no good. And Ritas helps him up. Good sportsmanship there. And another trip to the foul line for these Mustangs. We had a very fast-paced first half, and things have slowed down. Slown? Is that a word? No, it's not. Things have slowed down is what I meant to say. Lamar Consolidated missing its free throw opportunities as Garrett misses the first one. Robinson was 0 for 2 in his last trip to the stripe. And Garrett misses both, but a whistle. Might have a lane violation. It's a lane violation against Marshall, and so Dylan Garrett, I don't know if you think this is a great opportunity to salvage at least one free throw, or is he getting nervous thinking I might miss 3 in a row? It can happen to the best of us. Garrett taking his time. Somebody's talking to him, but he made the free throw. I could tell someone was talking to him. 51-26. Less than 6.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Jalen Lowe, top of the key, 3 on the way, good. 54-26, and a timeout is taken by LC. We'll take it with them on VypeFortBend.com. Glad you're with us.
For nearly a decade, Comcast has been helping students get ready. We've connected 4 million low-income students to low-cost, high-speed Xfinity internet. We're working with hundreds of school districts across the country to sponsor free internet and laptops. And now, we're turning 1,000 community centers into lift zones, Wi-Fi-enabled safe spaces to study, so more students have the tools they need to be ready for anything. Learn more at comcast.com/education.
Don't forget to be with us tomorrow. We won't make you wake up early or anything, but at 11:30 we will have the Austin girls taking on George Ranch on VypeFortBend.com as Jalen Lowe almost steals an inbounds pass, but the ball goes off his foot and out of bounds. But that game between the Austin girls and George Ranch is not our only game of the day tomorrow. Right after that at 1 p.m. we will have the Travis boys playing at Bush. Lamar with the basketball. There goes Glover Mayberry into the right corner, side to side moves, almost lost it, got the ball back. He's being harassed. Robinson thought about a 3. Now underneath, Garrett, easy layup. The Buffs defense lost track of Dylan Garrett. Now quickly they go down the floor. Chris Marshall, 3 on the way, no good. Rebound, up in the air, and it's taken by Crawford, the freshman. Leaves it short from in close. Gets a putback try, and it's no good. Now it's Ritas, and he is fouled in the paint. The Buffs relentless on the offensive boards on that flurry of action. And it's Ozen to throw the ball in. Right corner 3, Chris Marshall. Passed up the 3, drove in, missed the shot. Colby Padgett grabs the rebound for the Mustangs, and here they come, galloping down the floor. Garrett stepped back, thought about a 3, didn't take it. Now Rayshon Glover Mayberry trying to get around his man. Pulls up near the right restraining line. It is no good, and the rebound grabbed by Ritas. Gets it to Lowe. Buffs pushing it right down the middle of the floor. Goes low, but he gets the ball poked away. Padgett picks it up. Now gives it to Robinson. Here come the Mustangs. And it is Robinson strong to the hoop, but he's blocked. Crawford comes away with the rebound. There is Chris Marshall. This will be a dunk, or it should have been. But he had mercy. And it's 56-28. What do you know? It's a ratio of 2 Buff points to every 1 for the Mustangs. Stolen away by Ritas. Quickly ahead to Marshall. That could have been a dunk, but he put it in, and Garrett was closing fast on defense. It's 58-28. The margin is 30. Padgett kills his dribble, throws a pass, picked off by Marshall. 3 on the way, it's short. Rebound Padgett, almost lost it again, but here come the Mustangs. Glover Mayberry goes into the paint. Robinson, 3-pointer from the corner, no good. Garrett grabs the rebound, goes up strong, and he's fouled trying to get the putback. It doesn't go, but he does go to the line. This is where I need a color commentator. Need a chance to just breathe. I know I need to run sprints, but, this does help with keeping that heart rate up, even though I'm sitting. First free throw by Garrett, way short. Still 58-28. Another free throw coming. Dylan Garrett waiting for the ball to be returned to him. Now he's ready. And that one is good. 58-29. A ratio of 2-1. Again. All right. Jalen Lowe dribbling into the forecourt for the Marshall Buffs. Here goes Ozen, pulls up, hands the ball off, and now it's McKenzie in the left corner. Shot partially blocked, but the rebound, Reedus, and the putback is good. 60-29. Long cross-court pass from Glover Mayberry to Robinson. Now back to Glover Mayberry. Just into the game is Trey Roberts for Marshall. And just into the game for Lamar Consolidated is Nathan Hun. And he hits a three. That's a peach, Hun. 60-32. Marshall still comfortably ahead. Quickly they go around the horn. Jalen Lowe in the left corner thinking about the three. Steps back, fires. Off the front iron, no good. Rebound Melendez. Quickly ahead to Robinson. Fast-paced game now again. Here goes Robinson, high off the glass, no good. Rebound tapped out of bounds. And it was last touched by Elotus of the Mustangs, but Elotus thought it was Jalen Lowe who last touched it. The very popular Matthew Melendez takes a break. It is 60-32, the Buffs on top. Ozen goes cross-court to Lowe. Now back to Ozen from the right wing, three, good. 63-32. Lowe in the backcourt, guarding Mayberry. And there's a centering pass, and Hun traveled in the open court. He was moving forward, he decided to stop, but he couldn't keep that back foot down. And we all know how painful that can be, don't we? 63-32 with 2:50 to go in the third quarter. A lot of Marshall highlights, a lot of Mustang highlights during this game. Floater by Lowe in the paint, no good. Rebound Hun for the Mustangs. He's harassed in the backcourt, but gets it to Glover Mayberry. Straight down the middle of the floor, he's going to go all the way, but then he dished it. Ball goes out of bounds. He was trying to get it to, let's see, that was Jordan Arispe, but one of the Buffs knocked it out of bounds. Robinson will throw in along the baseline, bounce pass. Gets it into Glover Mayberry. Guarded by Ozen. Steps to the right elbow, stops in the paint and lays it off. Drops a dime, and Max Elotus scores from in close. It is 63-34. Now there's a shot in the corner that is blocked. The attempt by Chase McKenzie of the Buffs, and a textbook block, clean, all ball by Max Elotus. Hun comes out. Bujadin comes in again. Inbound quickly to Reedus, whose shot is blocked by Elotus. He tries the putback, he's fouled and scores. Elotus went up, kind of went for the head fake and came down on top of him. And remember in the movie Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, there was a line like this. I'm just going to change she to he. He's skinny, but he's strong. And the free throw good. 3-point play by Jalen Reedus. 66-34. Now Robinson right in front of us. Passes up the three, goes inside the arc, puts it up, it's long, no good. Rebound to Reedus, and a quickly ahead pass. That doesn't make any sense, but it's Jalen Lowe who tries a shot and misses it. He'll go to the line for two shots. Some people have a way with words and others not have way. I usually do, but it's Friday night. It's been a long week. Okay, so Jalen Lowe is at the line, and guess who's in the game? My new favorite player, Ricky Eaglin. Lowe missed the first free throw. It's still 66-34. Second one, in and out. So let's see if the Buffs get the ball to Ricky Eaglin, who is an outstanding lineman on the Buffs football team that went undefeated in the regular season again. Jalen Lowe with a steal in the backcourt. He's going to streak to the hoop. Backdoor, and it rolls off. No good, but he does draw the foul. And I think it's Alotis who is the guilty party. Act in the act. 2 shots coming for Jalen Lowe. That was almost like that Dr. J highlight from, I think it was 1980, 81, 82, somewhere in there. Julius Erving from an impossible angle, just windmilling the ball, starting on the right side and then went underneath the backboard and flipped it off the window. First free throw good by Lowe. Dr. J, Julius in the 20th century, and Jalen in the 21st century. It could happen. All right, cross-court pass. Robinson has it for the Mustangs. Fake pass by Glover Mayberry. Now back to Robinson. Into the circle he goes and lays it off. Arispi's two-pointer is no good. Quickly ahead come the the Buffs. Trey Roberts goes to the hoop and is fouled. Rayshawn Glover Mayberry didn't think so. And you know how today's modern players, sometimes when they commit a foul but don't think that they did, they kind of run around, like make a big circle. 68-34, the points margin again. The ratio is 2-1 and still is, as Trey Roberts misses the first foul shot. He'll get one more. I can't wait till Ricky Eaglin gets into the scoring column, as he did at home on Tuesday night against Angleton. That was fun. Crowd has stayed into it despite the one-sided score. And the second free throw is good. It's now 69-34. 1:39 to go in the third quarter. Just into the game. It is Preston Thomas on the floor for the Mustangs. Now they get it into the forecourt. Almost lost it. Preston Thomas is bumped by Reedus in the open court, and that's a foul. But the Buffs only committing their 5th foul of this second half, so it won't result in free throws. And Preston Thomas on the far side, right in front of the scorer's table, inbounds it to Robinson. Robinson yo-yoing the basketball. Looking for a pick from Alotis, stops near the top of the key, loses the ball. Quickly ahead, there goes Trey Roberts. He's ahead of everyone. His layup is good and he's fouled. Alotis was trying to correct the mistake, not that the turnover was his fault, but he did get a piece of him. Him being Trey Roberts as he went to the hoop. Beautiful finger roll. Makes it 71-34. Trying to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. Well, you know what? Well, it looked like the players weren't ready to play the miss. He did miss it. The Buffs got the rebound. A put-back try is no good. Here comes Preston Thomas. Almost lost it. Bounce pass to Alotis. Off the window, no good. Gets the rebound, and he's fouled by Reedus. Reedus and Trey Roberts exchanging low fives because each appreciating the hustle of the other. Max Ilotas takes a big deep breath before he puts up free throw number 1. In the air, off. Doesn't look like anyone has left here tonight. I really like to see crowds stick around, whether the issue of the game has been settled or not. Second free throw by Alotis is missed, and Ricky Eaglin grabs the rebound, gets it to Jalen Lowe. Down the far sideline he goes. Leaves it in the corner. Trey Roberts passes up the 3, goes to the rack. Alotis blocks him. Eaglin with a rebound, and now another block by Alotis. And the Buffs save it. And there goes Reedus. Off the glass, no good, follows it in. It's 73-34. Quickly down the floor. And Ricky Eaglin saved the ball from hitting our table. It was poked away from Dylan Garrett. And in the process, a foul was committed. You know, something that I used to hear a lot in the NBA, and I guess you don't hear it as much because they have that little delay. And if somebody says one of those filthy words that John Travolta Santa tells Samuel L. Jackson he shouldn't say on the Capital One ad. By the way, first free throw good by Garrett. You know, when somebody says one of those words, the network can drop the audio, and so you really miss a lot of good screaming. But we had one of those, I think, about a minute ago as the ball came over here to our corner table. As Garrett hits the second free throw and gets the Mustangs within 73-36. Ozen with the basketball. Sends it to Ritas. Back to Ozen, right wing. Too far from the hoop to shoot. Preston Thomas is guarding him. Now he backs up. Lamar Consolidated packing in a 2-1-2 zone, it looks like. Clock is now down to 12 seconds left in the third. Ozen showing off some nice dribbling skills. 7 seconds. Makes a move to his right. Sends it to the corner. Ritas three, in and out, no good. Rebound taken by Consolidated. They don't get a shot off in time. Rayshawn Glover Mayberry did, however, show that he can shoot the length of the court. Well, that's the end of three quarters. It is 73-36, and we'll be back. VypeFortBend.com. Glad you're with us.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
For nearly a decade, Comcast has been helping students get ready. We've connected 4 million low-income students to low-cost, high-speed Xfinity internet. We're working with hundreds of school districts across the country to sponsor free internet and laptops. And now, we're turning 1,000 community centers into lift zones, Wi-Fi-enabled safe spaces to study, so more students have the tools they need to be ready for anything. Learn more at comcast.com/education.
We see all you do to get work done, whether it's keeping your office clean or redesigning your space for 3 or 300. Our business is to keep business going. Buy online and pick up in store, or get free next business day shipping at Office Depot, Office Max, and OfficeDepot.com.
The fourth and final quarter has begun. Roger Smith with you on VypeFortBend.com. And the Buffs score to make it 75-36. They steal the inbounds pass. Jalen Lowe missed one, got the rebound, put it up and scored, and it's 77-36. I wonder if they're thinking about 100. And the Mustangs turn it over, a very unique turnover. This is an old gym. This is the flagship school of LCISD. And Rayshawn Glover Mayberry trying to throw the ball down the floor, hit the rafter. We already saw a late desperation buzzer beater try in the first half hit the rafter. But when it does, that means the ball is immediately dead. And so it was Buff's ball, and Jalen Lowe drives inside the three-point arc, and before he flips the ball back to Omani Ozen, he is fouled. Jalen Lowe, I guess you could call him the rubber band man. Just looks like he can take a beating and they can twist him and push him down and do all those things. But he takes a licking and keeps on ticking. You could also call him Timex. He hits the first free throw, makes it 78-36. And a member of the Ricky Eaglin fan club is messing with him from the sideline. Ricky Eaglin of Marshall, and Jalen Lowe hits both free throws, makes it 79-36. Robinson to the backcourt. Bounce pass to Glover Mayberry. Long cross-court pass to Padgett. Into the forecourt, Melendez. He's going to the hoop. And off the glass, no good. Eaglin swallows up the rebound. Quickly ahead to Lowe. Lost it, now got it back. And now it's poked away and goes out of bounds as Rayshawn Glover Mayberry made sure that Jalen Lowe didn't get to the hoop unmolested that time. 7 minutes exactly. Eaglin kicks it back out to Trey Roberts. Almost an over and back call. He saved it. Jalen Lowe moves to the right corner. Now he's at the right wing, still yo-yoing the ball. Long cross-court pass, Trey Roberts. And now Damian shoots, no good. Eaglin the follow. Damian Rasco put one up from the left elbow. Didn't get it to go in, but Eaglin was there to get it. And now Rasco going after a steal, and he thinks it should be Buff ball. But the officials are going to say that he touched it last. 81-36 is our score. The Buffs won by 35 on Tuesday night. Actually, you know what? That wasn't just a ball going out of bounds. It was a foul. Damian Rasco tapping himself on the chest as if to say, yeah, I got him. And Matthew Melendez tries to get back into the scoring column here in the second half. First free throw, no good off the back iron. Rasco the rebound. And here come the Buffs. McKenzie into the forecourt. Sends it to Trey Roberts. Back to McKenzie, between the feet dribble. Roberts, McKenzie, they're just playing catch. All the way over to the right side. And a three-pointer on the way. That is long, no good by Ellery Jones. And the rebound, the Mustangs. Trailing 81-36. Closing in on the 6-minute mark. And Ellery Jones is stealing the open court. Going to go all the way to the hoop. Off the glass and good. He's Ellery Jones, he is. 83-36. So the Buffs have more than doubled up the Mustangs as we get deeper into this fourth quarter. Robinson with the ball for the Ponies. Side-to-side dribble, trying to get around Rasco. Kills his dribble, gets it into Garrett. Now Melendez ends up with it. Scoops it off the glass, and it goes in! It dang near hit the top of the backboard. But it came back down and rattled in. It's 83-38. Eaglin sends it over to the corner. Ellery Jones back to Eaglin. Left restraining line, jump stop, boom! Backdoor layup, good. Ricky Eaglin. He is living large. It is 85-40. And now a foul in the backcourt. A little unchecked aggression. Ellery Jones knocking down the by now exhausted Rayshawn Glover Mayberry. He will go to the free throw line. So with a salute to our radio heroes of the past at KFRD in Richmond, which was on Radio Lane, which I drove on just to get to this very building. We thank you for listening. And now this is web radio, the 21st century. A lot of good things about it. Glover Mayberry made the first free throw. It makes it 85-39. Spins it. Second one is good. And here come the Buffs. Sophomore guard, Chase McKenzie, cross-court pass. Now it's a turnaround by Eaglin near the right elbow. It's no good. Garrett gobbles up the rebound for the Mustangs. Here comes Glover Mayberry. Speeds up, slows down, tries to get around his man. Loses it. Trey Roberts is going to try to go to the hoop. He goes back door. Off the glass, spins it in, and is fouled. And I really like what I see from the guys for the Buffs who are on the bench. I mean, they are into the game. They're leading by 47 points now, but they haven't stopped cheering for their teammates, and their teammates are still out there playing hard. They haven't taken their foot off the gas. First free throw. Well, actually, that's it. First and only free throw. That completes a three-point play. it's 88-40. And I'm thinking they only need a dozen more points. I think the Buffs are going to score 100 points tonight. They've got more than 4.5 minutes to do it. Robinson puts one up. He traveled before he did. Buffs get it back. Will they get the century mark? McKenzie going quickly into the forecourt. Down to Damian Rasco near the baseline. Bounce pass to Eaglin. Makes a move to the hoop. Off the glass. No good. Rasco fights for the rebound, but Garrett wins the war. Quickly ahead to Robinson for the Mustangs. Euro step and a layup for two to make it 88-42. McKenzie sends it to Trey Roberts. Back to McKenzie in the circle. Put it up, and he got hammered. And it might have been Robinson. It might have been Glover Mayberry. I'm looking for an official to go over to the table. I guess he already flashed the number of fingers that tells you who done it, you know. McKenzie. First free throw in and out. If you are still with us here on VypeFortBend.com, we love you. And we mean that because when it's 88-42, make that, what's going on here? McKenzie took his second free throw. It was no good. He had two free throws. He went in there to rebound it. I guess maybe the official hadn't given him the go-ahead. Maybe that last one didn't count. This is a second free throw, and it's no good. Garrett grabs the rebound for the Mustangs, who really want to keep these Buffs under 100 points. Here goes Robinson, spins into the paint, and he's hit. And the ball rolls into the corner. Mr. Noto goes for it, but I got it instead. You know, when the game gets this one-sided, we kind of have to do things to amuse ourselves. So everybody gets to touch the ball in this game, even me. But we got to get Mr. Noto a touch. 4:04 left. Robinson is at the free throw line, and he's looking, well, like you might expect someone to be when he's on the wrong end of an 88-42 game. The lefty shoots his free throw, nothing but net. He'll get one more. Spins the ball, deep knee bend, and the second one is off the back iron, no good. Rasco grabs the rebound, gets it to McKenzie. Long way across the floor to Eaglin, thought about a three, and now a hot pass through Eaglin's hands and into the corner on the left. Layup, no good. Follow Damian Rasco. He puts it in. Will that count? I don't know. He was fouled. He will go to the line one way or the other. So the scoreboard has not changed, so evidently the basket did not count. But that long, tall drink of water, Damian Rasco, is going to go to the foul line. 3:50 left. And it's been a whole minute of clock time. More than that, actually, since the Buffs got to 88 points. So the dignified and sportsmanlike venerable head coach Ronnie Courtney might not want the Buffs to score 100, but I would like to see it just because we haven't seen it in a game this year. Rasco missed the first one and rebounded it. Didn't realize he had two shots coming, and Ricky Eaglin laughs at him. And the players on the bench laugh at him. The second free throw is also missed. The rebound comes down to Jordan Arispe of the Mustangs. Robinson now has it, dribbling with the left hand, guarded by Trey Roberts. Tries to shake and bake and get away from him, but instead he gets it to Glover Mayberry, top of the key, driving the right, restraining the line, lays it off for Arispe, and he lays it off the glass. 3.5 minutes to go. It's still an 88-point total for the Buffs. McKenzie, long way from the hoop, in the corner, thinking about it, back to McKenzie. Now Trey Roberts back to McKenzie. Will he shoot the three? Gets it to Rasco. Now it is Eaglin underneath. Three guys around him, and he scores. Two for the big fella to make it 90-45, and it's a 2-1 points ratio again. 3 minutes to go. Robinson dribbling between the rings. Trey Roberts on him, launches a three, no good. Eaglin the rebound, gets it to McKenzie, pushing it down the floor, way down ahead to Rasko, flips it back to Trey Roberts, and it goes out of bounds. And Trey Roberts goes over to the table where the lady sells tickets. Although that's not really the right phrase, because so many places you go in and you show what you have on your phone and they scan it or something. That's why I like to broadcast these games. I just show them my pass and I walk right in. I have a new phone, by the way. I'm going to put the SIM card in it tomorrow morning. And a shot no good by Glover Mayberry, and Rasko the rebound for the Buffs, but his pass down the court is blocked. And the Buffs trying to get it ahead now. Eaglin in the forecourt. Nice move into the paint off the hands of Rasko. Now it's in the right corner. Back underneath to Rasko. Bounce pass in the corner. Three-pointer in and out. No good. Rebound taken by Glover Mayberry. We're approaching 2 minutes. Glover Mayberry coast to coast off the glass. No good. Arispe grabs the rebound. Rasko knocked him down. And Arispe will shoot free throws. This is the most exciting 45-point margin game I've ever announced. So, do the Buffs want to try and score 10 points in the final 2:01? We shall see. The hidden drama of athletic competition. Arispe hits the first free throw. Preston Thomas comes back in. So does Nathan Hunn. Robinson goes out. Padgett goes out. They've played hard tonight. Score 90-46. Buffs on top. Jones, Rasko, Eaglin, McKenzie, and Chris Marshall on the floor for Marshall. Rasko rebounds the missed free throw and throws it into the stands. Didn't mean to. Eaglin didn't know it was coming. 1:58 to go, and it's 90-46. Mujahideen has the ball for Lamar. McKenzie almost took it away. Now on his knees, gets it to Arispe, who scores. And the Lamar fans still cheering for their team despite the big margin. Chris Marshall, left corner three on the way, long, no good. Rebound Arispe. And he throws it to Hunn in the backcourt. Eaglin guarding him. Hunn kills his dribble. Gets the ball to Preston Thomas, moves left. Little underhanded pass to Arispe. And it is a Lotus in for the score to make it 90-50, 1:20 to go. McKenzie to Chris Marshall. Will he let go a three? He goes into the circle, lays it off for Eaglin. Layup in and out, no good. Tough luck. Ricky got his own rebound. Now Rasko drives to the hoop. Off the side of the backboard and quickly ahead. It's Mujahideen, layup no good. Elotus tries to follow it, and McKenzie, among four players, somehow managed to get the basketball and a whistle. McKenzie was fouled by somebody. It could have been any one of four players. And we're under a minute to go, and I don't think the 100-point dream is going to come true tonight. But it was fun thinking about it, you know. Although it's, it could still happen. I just doubt it. McKenzie, first free throw good. Gets him to 91. They've only scored, the Buffs have only scored 3 points in the last almost 4 minutes. So they kind of hit a wall. But that second free throw is good. It's 92-50. Preston Thomas trying to throw it in, and the pass is intercepted by Rasko. Rasko has his shot blocked, and it goes out of bounds. The Buffs will still have it, and that was Elotus. I have not been able to keep track of how many shots he's blocked, but it's been a lot. Ellery Jones, Chris Marshall, thinking three, holding on to the ball. Step back, on its way. No good. Rebound. Rasco fights for it, but Preston Thomas wins the battle. Here come the Mustangs with a 2-on-1, and it is Chris Marshall blocking Preston Thomas. Eaglin saves a pass that almost went out of bounds. McKenzie dipsy-do to Jones, no good. Rasco the follow. It's good. It is 94-50 with 25 seconds to go. Mustangs with 20 seconds to go. Mujahideen into the forecourt, grabbed by Marshall. He's going for the hoop. He's going to drive all the way in, but it goes off of his knee. Poked away, Preston Thomas. 8 seconds to go. There goes Thomas toward the hoop. Bounces it to Hun. In and out, no good. Eaglin fights for the rebound. Quickly down the floor. And there's your buzzer. There's your ball game. 94-50. The Marshall Buffs looking good tonight. And I'll bet that's the most exciting 44-point win that this official ever called in his life. Thank you very much, officials, for being here. We couldn't have a game without you. See, they just walked past me and out these double doors here. Well, when the game goes 94-50, I don't think we need to hang around very long, but I will tell you thank you so much for being with us. Our final score, 94-50. And we will be with you tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. for the girls' game between Austin and George Ranch. Some of you Lamar Consolidated fans will enjoy hearing the accounts of that one. And then at 1 p.m. we'll have Travis and Bush boys basketball, a very important game in District 26A action. So for Merle Bertrand, Les Clary, Suna Venkat, Patrick Kinnick, Bob McKay, the entire VypeFortBend.com team, we thank you for being with us for our game, which the Marshall Buffs won by a score of 94-50. I'm Roger Smith. Thank you so much, and God bless, and we will talk to you tomorrow morning at about 11:30. Make it 11:15. Thanks so much for being with us. VypeFortBend.com is your broadcast home for Fort Bend County High School sports.